west or north or south. When it gets cold outside, do you get brought in or do you get left out? Are you in the shade of something bigger, right out in the sun? Are you down there in the trenches or at the top of a mountain? Either way, you better take your lemons and make your lemonade. Life's a rainy parade. If you felt the longing in a seed, if you felt it swimming in its need, felt it push into the light, then you know what I'm saying when I'm saying it's gonna be alright. You just gotta take your lemons and make your lemonade. Have your rainy parade. Listen to the beating of the drum. Look at the smiles on everyone. Who says it's better to be dry? The mighty oak trees are so happy right now they could cry. So you best better take your lemons and make your lemonade. Have your rainy parade. Have your rainy parade. Have your rainy parade. Have your rainy parade. Keep meaning to make it. Thank you, people in the great beyond. Keep meaning to make a fancy chord for the end of that song.
To me, it's obvious why your powerful lyrics and your delivery, your vocal delivery resonate for so many people and what you say. But that combination, to me, it wouldn't work if you didn't have an equally individual sound on the guitar. Mm-hmm. And that's that kind of that very percussive staccato sound that's kind of become your signature. Can you tell me how you evolved to that kind of playing and why?
Well, it's nice after, so many years of being the, righteous babe and girl singer that somebody still notices that I'm playing guitar, because sometimes I feel like it's all the politics and, you get sort of reduced to one element of what you do. But yeah, meanwhile, I've been playing guitar since I was 9, and I started playing out at that age. I had a mentor in Buffalo, Michael Meldrum, who started bringing me to his gigs. I think I was his little, dancing monkey, or, it's like, look at the little girl with the big voice. And we started palling around, and he was a real great teacher to me in the early days. And I think also just being in bars, coffee shops sometimes, colleges sometimes, mostly bars, playing music is what taught me how to play. I think, contrast, dynamics, so important. Like my early songs are like, hey, I'm over here. Right. Hello, and loud against silence makes somebody's conversation that they're having at the bar stick out, and then they're like, oh, and they turn and they look at you, and then once you got them, then you got to keep them. And I think my playing style was all about getting you to turn around and then and then trying to be my own band, keep enough going on to keep your attention in a bar, when you're not there to see the folk singer in the corner, you're there to have a drink and relax. And so, yeah, it was sort of the early survival skills.
You wanted to be heard.
Yeah. Maybe I'll play another new song. What's this song about? Well, it started as a conversation with my friend Heidi, where we were talking about how everybody's allergic to everything now, and somebody had an allergy I'd never heard of, and then Heidi comes up with somebody who's allergic to water. She read, apparently. So a long discussion ensued, and also a song. You can't even imagine the torturous state I've been existing in. I am allergic to water. It itches my throat and it blisters my skin. Still, I drink 'cause I have to, I bathe 'cause I have to, boy, it's a pain. But I don't cry 'cause it hurts to cry, and I don't go outside in the rain. And you may wonder what would possess someone like me to go on. You may wonder how it's possible something so basic could go wrong. And all I can say is if you stretch your mind all the way as far as it goes, there's someone out there who lives further than that, in a place you can never know. So right now, if you're looking at me, you can assume that I am thirsty. And a good day is one when that ache in my brain can remain at a doable 3. And I don't really want your sympathy, I'm just telling you so you'll understand. This is me, sincerely, doing the best that I can.
Pete Seeger, who recently died, you were very close with him. He was on your last album, and I think you've shared stages with him many times before. Can you tell me, what are some of the lessons you learned from Pete Seeger?
So many, every interaction with him was a lesson, had a lesson. He was like a Buddha, as far as I could see. By the end of his life, certainly, he just emanated, that sort of loving, respectful energy, and so I have many memories of, being at benefits, and where all us folk singers collide, like save the whales and dolphins, or the this or the that, or we need a folk singer. And I think actually the first time I met Pete was at one of these big benefits for something. And it was a lot of stressed out folkies, and well-meaning lefties who are not show organizers. They're activists, or, and a lot of performers kind of vying for the spotlight and tension in the air. And Pete, I remember Pete showed up and transformed the atmosphere instantly. I think he just read the situation and thought, we need a check-in here. Because he showed up, and within 10 minutes of being in the building, he had everybody involved in the show in one circle backstage holding hands, singing. I swear to God, like instantly. And it was just his presence and his ability to refocus people, into what matters.
You told me right after he died, we talked on the phone, and you said that another thing that he did was his activism wasn't just activism in the big sense, but he acted immediately on things.
Yes, that was very instructive to me. When I called him up to ask him to play on my last record, I think I left a message on his machine, and he called me back that day. And I swear by the time and I'm out doing whatever I do, and I think it took me a week to get back to him. He had already sent a letter with some sheet music and some different versions of which side are you on, and we could do it modally, or we could do it this way, and when I finally got him on the phone, he's like, hang on, clunk, boom, 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 boom. And he's got his banjo, and he's like, oh, well, there's, just on it, just full of energy, and yeah, one of those people who knows to get it done, you do it yourself, and you do it now.
Right. Now. Which is what you've been doing for
I've been trying.
more than 20 years.
I've been trying.